There's a lot of love and romance and drama, but it's kind of bonkers too. Like, I've had people ask me some crazy questions.
Like, do you like Diddy's music? What's your most embarrassing moment?
Was not prepared for it. It was like an airport accident. That's all I'm going to say.
Craziest DM you've ever received to try and pick you up?
All right, welcome back to another episode of First Rounds on Me. We are beyond excited today to have the incredible Jessica Belkin joining us. You may know her from her standout roles on Pretty Little Liars, American Horror Story, or her most recent project, Last Straw. But today, we're stepping away from the Hollywood lights to explore something a little bit more personal. Love, dating, relationships, and the crazy, unpredictable twists that come with them all. Jessica, welcome to the show, darling.
Hi, I love that intro. That was really nice.
Thank you.
Nice to see you, Jessica. Again.
Nice to see you guys. Yeah.
We had some... That's not technical difficulties. It would be what? It would. Yeah, I guess. Is it technical difficulties?
Location difficulties?
Circumstances.
We had certain circumstances last week.
Certain
But
circumstances.
now we're in a good studio.
Heck yeah.
A question: is Pretty Little Liars about dating?
There's a lot of love and romance and drama that goes on with it. So kind of similarly, I think they parallel like real relationships, but it's kind of bonkers too.
Do you akin it to like a modern day soap opera? Is that what those types of shows
they're like
are
trying to
like?
figure out who A is, and it just goes on for like way too long.
But
too long.
Pretty Little Liars is the one that what's her name was in?
Like so many people.
Blake
Lucy Hale.
Blake Lively?
No, that's Gossip
No.
Girl, bro.
Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
Oh, but aren't they kind of the same, those two?
No.
No. Totally off.
Kind of like
Yeah.
they're trying to find out who Gossip Girl is.
I mean,
Yeah,
that is,
you're
I
right.
suppose in that I never watched Pretty Little Liars, no offense. Not that I don't
No,
love
it's
you.
okay.
I just never watched it.
I watched when I was like on it.
Fair.
Yeah.
What was Connor in?
Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get them confused because I know Connor was in Gossip Girl. That's Blake Lively.
Oh yeah.
But Pretty Little Liars, I know, was kind of that same ethos.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's dive straight into it. So what is your take on the idea that love is a choice? Like,
Love
do you think
is
it's
a choice?
or do you think it's just a feeling or just something that happens to us?
Oh wow, these like questions. Was not prepared to think this like.
We get deep here.
Yeah, let's ruminate.
Big word.
Ruminate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new one.
Can add that smart vocabulary. Hannah teaches me a new word every day.
What?
I teach him a...
Really? I have the vocabulary app. I like.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'm his vocabulary.
Let's ruminate on it.
Let's ruminate. So the question was, do you think that love is a choice? I think so, but I think it involves like a lot of trial and error and figuring out what you guys, if you guys click, if you guys are a match.
Did you ever meet someone or maybe a first kiss with someone where you thought, well, this is different. I feel whether the kiss was different or talking to them was a little bit of a different energy where you thought maybe this is love and it's too soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my first love was like definitely like that. And I haven't experienced it like since.
How long ago was
So,
that?
About a year ago. Like more than a year ago actually now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think
that's
that your
what I'm
first love is always the most difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always tell her, I had my first love when I was like 17 and she broke up with me and I was sick for like 9 months. Like
Really?
literally like I had a knot in my stomach for 9 months and I was like, this sucks.
How long were you guys together for?
Oh, I mean, we were like in high school. So, like we were together, but like on
Yeah.
and off.
They
But
always say it's like you take either half the time that you guys spent together or like the entire time. And like for me, I think it was a mixture of both, like half and then like in and out and then
change,
like
yeah.
finally a year and I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah, I heard that too. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Agreed. What do you think the hardest part about being in love is?
Also just to touch on like the first love thing,
Yeah.
I feel like because it's your first love, you never even have learned how to love or how to like break up with somebody and like, or to go through that breakup. So you're like figuring it out for the first time, which I think makes it so hard sometimes.
So formative
yeah.
because you're learning that.
You're like
you
the
said,
most vulnerable to yourself.
Yeah, you're learning that lesson for the very first time. And whenever we learn a lesson for the first time, it hits the hardest and it cuts the deepest.
And you don't know if it's going to get better or not. You think this is it. Like when I was 18, I was like, this is it. I lost the love of my life. I'm never going to fall in love again. Like what?
Aw,
But I fell in love again.
You did.
Wow.
that resonates for sure. Figuring it out.
Yeah. What's the hardest part about love, do you think?
I don't know. Like all of it's hard. Like I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. I don't know. I'm
Mm.
I'm curious.
Now, do you want to be in a relationship or do you want to kind of just do your own thing for a while?
I go back and forth. I flip-flop. But I think I like to definitely save my energies for just other things right now. I feel like I get way too distracted and invested in other people's lives, and it's like just a point for me to keep maturing in this direction and take a break from that, heal like fully, and like reincarnate myself before I'm like gonna get involved with another person.
I mean, each their own, but I always, whenever we talk to people, I always advise them from like jumping from relationship to relationship, because I just feel like you can't properly heal. You can't give yourself, like you said, reincarnate yourself. And I think in a way, the beautiful thing about breakups is you have this opportunity to not reinvent yourself, but to just become a little bit better of a version of you, not for anybody else.
That's my favorite.
I love that.
Yeah.
You're up, darling.
Oh, I'm up. Sweet. Okay.
Kombucha is making me burpy. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I don't know why I chose this as my drink.
So we always talk about, like, you know, dating in the big cities of LA and New York, and a lot of people say that statistically New York and LA are the toughest places to date. So you being in LA, what do you think the pros and cons of the dating scene here are?
Let me ruminate.
We're ruminating again.
The pros, I think you definitely I can't even with a straight face. You know how it is here. It's it's not good.
I love how you're trying to find something good to say about it.
But maybe like, all right, maybe like a pro could be, there are a lot of options, which can be good. And a lot of people here are doing creative things, which could be really cool and can be somewhat successful.
Especially if it's like in your pack. Like you find little bubbles of people in LA, especially like growing up in the industry. I think I have navigated through a couple of those like friend groups here and there, and like have met people through that way.
Yeah, no, I agree.
There's good out there.
I mean,
completely negative.
Yeah, no, I think it's what you put out, you get in, right? So we saw one of our other friends talking about this today. You know, if you say every guy is shit, and if you say dating in LA is shit, then that's what you're gonna get. But if you see the positive side of it,
you're right.
You'll get some positives.
I also think that there's something to being realistic, and I think that part of the reason why LA and New York have been touted as like the worst cities in America to date in is because of the industry space there, because of the endless options, because of all these things that you kind of have to go up against. Not to say that there's not beautiful parts of it, but I think being realistic about it actually helps you in your journey.
Yeah, and that's a good segue into the next question, because I think that
you're welcome.
A lot of people date for clout here, which you know is the wrong thing to date. So do you ever feel it's more difficult to date when you're famous, and like, do you tell people that ahead of time, or do you want them to kind of not know and just experience a first date with you, not
Jessica Belkin
public side of you?
Oh, that's sweet to think that I like have troubles with that. I feel like no matter who I meet, I never really, people don't usually put an emphasis on it, and I don't feel like I'm like at that stage where it can get like people's judgments can get clouded and you don't really know their intentions. I think right now anyone that enters my life and like I'm like in communication with is like has a mutual respect, and they don't, like half of them aren't in the industry and are just like regular people.
And do you like that better, like dating a regular person as opposed to somebody who is in the industry?
It's what my dad wants for me.
What do you mean?
He's like, do not date any more actors, no more people in the industry. Like, you just need a nice businessman.
He wants a finance bro for you, does he?
Wants a finance bro.
I love that. So now do we
What do I like?
No, well, I was gonna say yes, what do you like, but do you take your dad's advice to heart, or are you kind of like, all right, he's a dad, just a dad being a dad?
Oh my god, I value his opinion so much that
Really?
like, yeah, my dad's the best, and I think he comes from a good place.
Has Vlad ever met one of your partners?
He has, yeah.
Did you like them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that so unconvincingly.
He's always just like, yeah, for the time being, like, you know.
But what do you think is an important question that you would want the right person to ask you on a first date, instead of, you know, oh, you're so pretty, like, or, you know, it's so cool the job you do? Like, what's a deep question that you'd be like, wow, that's really nice that person asked me that?
I love when people, and this is my favorite question too, but when they're like, what were you like growing up? It's just such a nice tidbit into like what it talks about, like family, location, what you wanted to, be when you were younger. How did you spend your time?
I'm adding that question to On the Street. That's an amazing question.
It is,
What
thank
were you
you.
like growing up? Like, that's a great question. Everybody out there, ask that question on a first date.
Yeah, that's a good question.
What's your ideal perfect first date? Is it dinner, drinks, coffee?
I like, it's a good question because I like to be courted, but I don't need like a fancy dinner or whatever. Like we could get sushi and like go to the beach and then like go on a walk, or like Lake Hollywood Park is so cute for just like laying around and like getting to know someone. Yeah, just like casual little things like that.
So I assume that you don't split on the first date and that the guy should pay since you're being courted.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be like kind about it, like thank you and I appreciate it. And people usually like are the ones making the plans, so I feel like if you're making the plan and you're inviting someone, it's kind of like a courting thing.
100%. Like that.
Right?
That's kind of how we operate inside the First Rounds on Me world, or that's our viewpoint. But yeah I think there's always going to be, no matter where the world goes, I think there's always going to be that like courting turned on ship of like a guy courting a woman. I feel like it's just romantic.
What did you say? Courting turned on ship?
Yeah, courting turned on ship. Look it up. Ruminate with that.
Touche, Joe.
What's the wildest pickup line someone's used on you? Or craziest DM you've ever received to try and pick you up?
I don't know, craziest. There's been like a couple crazy, but the first one that came to mind, which was like funny and whatever, someone looked up my birthday and had screenshotted the compatibility between Taurus, and his sign was Pisces, and he screenshotted it and sent it to me and was like, I feel like, what did he say? But it was someone completely out of blue. It was a really big actor, and we talked for a little bit, and then he like ghosted me.
What?
And that was that. But I was like, when I remember opening it, I was like,
Maybe the stars told him.
compatibility.
Maybe when he reached out, your star sign and moon sign were aligned,
in
and
a
then when
line.
you got back to him,
Mercury
his
was
moon
in
sign had
Uranus.
ran
Yeah.
away.
Uranus.
Yeah.
That's so funny that
Something.
you go to that effort to do that and then you ghost.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know how actors are. They go on, like, they go filming and they just do their own thing, and then they come back and they're like, hi.
Step into a different world, I suppose.
When's your birthday? If you don't, we can cut it out if you want.
My
But I'm a
birthday?
Taurus as well.
I'm May 16. You don't have to cut that out.
May
Okay.
1st.
Always.
Wait, which one are you?
I'm a Taurus.
Of what, May?
May 1st.
May 1st. Oh, okay.
Yeah. The best birthday out of the whole year.
Why?
Oh, because it's like
I
May. May is the beginning of summer. You know, once you get into summer, it's already summer. But May is like, we have a whole month until summer even starts. And,
Yeah,
you
you're
know,
primed.
It's getting nice out. Yeah, May's the best.
December's the best, but whatever.
Yeah, but you have to
yeah,
share your
you got-
birthday
you got
with
summer
Christmas.
And Christmas.
Just share it with Christmas.
You're December what?
December 13th.
December 13th, so you're
Sagittarius.
ooh, spicy.
So spicy.
He's
Spicy and
Oh,
stubborn.
Sag and Taurus. I can see why.
Oh
Okay,
yes,
balance
it's
each other
spicy
out.
and stubborn.
Yeah, I have a little bit of Sag in my chart somewhere.
I could feel that. I can feel that. Totally.
Best first date outfit.
First day outfit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Getting sushi on the beach. That's it. I love it.
I'm actually
I would
Let's
do
zoom
this,
in,
right?
Joey.
Be like a little casual.
Let's cut the outfit.
Kombucha included.
I love it. Okay. What's one first date topic that should be banned forever? Like politics or religion. What do you think is
Exes.
banned? Like if you want to talk about Diddy, like something like that.
Ooh.
Why'd you have to drop that in there, Joe?
Because that's banned. That should be
My
banned.
lord.
Thank you, Beyonce. We love you.
We love you.
I don't think that anything is really off limits. Like, I've had people ask me some crazy questions that I would like to not be asked again on dates, but
Like, do you like Diddy's music? Yes.
I'm going to need you to stop mentioning Diddy.
I'm definitely like an open book, and I think weird questions kind of intrigue me too. But definitely like don't ask like anything dangerous. I don't want to talk about.
That's a good segue into the next question of what are some mistakes people make on a first date?
I think the obvious one is like talk about exes. Depending on if like, I don't know, it depends on the person and like what they know. Where if you guys have mutuals with that person, sometimes it's a conversation that just comes up and you have to address it. But like actively talking about like memories with your ex or whatever is really strange.
I love that. I hate when people. No, I don't hate it. That's a strong word. I don't like when people over expect. Like going to a first date, like, oh, this is going to be my girlfriend. This is going to be my future wife. This is going to be the most amazing thing ever. And I feel like when you set expectations too high, it just puts a lot of pressure on a first date.
You know why I think that happens?
And it definitely scares the girl away.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
So
it probably
fast.
scares the fella away too. It's like, I think that I think the only cover to this is if you have mutuals, right? And you kind of like know a little bit of information about each other, and so then maybe you could have that. But I think it's because people are texting for way too long, or they're on the apps for way too long, and they'll sit there and create this unrealistic view of who this person is. And then they go, oh my God, we're going to get married. This is going to be my future husband or wife, or just even girlfriend, whatever it is. And they get in front of each other and they're like disappointed.
100%.
100%.
100%.
So sad.
Yeah, you live and you learn.
That's true.
That's what dating's
That's
for.
true, Dylan.
Yeah.
Any first date fail stories?
I'm like thinking like on my own turn, like with my
Either something that you've had
or
like
someone experience.
if you know of like a friend that you would be okay to share.
I don't know if any of this stuff is safe because
Don't share if you don't feel comfortable
Yes.
sharing.
yeah, well,
we could do a skip
I
to the
can
next
keep
question.
it general, but I definitely have been on like. What was the question one more time?
The question is a first date fail story. So like, you know, we get some that are Hannah's experienced this where the guy was on his phone the whole time and she left. Someone was really rude to the waiter and the person was like,
yeah, someone once told me their shrink was named Jessica, and
Jessica started this podcast off like so nervous and like we're working into it now. I love it. I love it.
Getting the
Could you
real
tell?
information.
I'm like fidgeting.
I love it.
And then I had one more where
You weren't gonna share any. Now this is your third. I love it. She wasn't gonna share any.
Keep
Now
going,
it's
keep
number
going. This
3.
is so entertaining.
oh, what was the last one I just said that he
Your shrink was Jessica.
the shrink. Oh yeah, this other one he talked about himself from start to finish, like his like come up story the entire time. And like the one time I squeezed in, I was like, oh yeah, I totally understand that because like I was homeschooled my whole life. And he was like, wow, homeschooled, like that's amazing. I feel like I'm learning so much about you. And then like goes,
Wow, you just nailed the first date trio. Like
Seriously, I don't think we've had that much of an onslaught of horrible information all at once. Holy
yeah.
shit.
And then
Wow.
that's what's like sparked this decision of like keeping to myself, like just working on me. I'm just gonna wait until my energy has something to like be worth working
that's
on.
amazing.
Oh my God.
Should I ask a few more or do you want to go?
You can ask like one or two more.
Okay. We always have the debate of is it okay to ghost? And a lot of people say no, but I'm an advocate of the soft ghost, meaning that if you have one first date with somebody and they say like, hey, what's going on? You're free to ghost until they, you know, keep texting you, and then you have to be like, okay, listen, like it didn't work out. But I give a one ghost text of if it's just one day and they say, hey, it's like, no, I'm not answering.
I don't know. I'm like, I think it's a bad habit with younger generations to ghost, and I'm like a victim to that. Something I have to work on, but I think I have in the past a lot.
I had this exact conversation with Jesse today about like the younger generation. It's easier for them to ghost just because they don't feel comfortable having like a hard conversation with somebody.
Yeah, and
you
maybe
know?
that is like a generational thing where I just feel like we don't have to talk about it. Like we can just move on our separate ways. It's probably not the healthiest, and maybe that's something I need to mature about. But yeah, I'm just like self-aware
Okay. You're so self-aware.
Now back to the original question: a red flag in somebody else.
about somebody else. I mean, someone that's not honest, red flag. If someone is like doing white lies or pumping up their image in a certain way and like not really who they say they are, that really rubs me the wrong way. I wouldn't say it's like a really big red flag, because everyone has to go through it, but if someone is like just working out of a relationship with an ex and it was like very traumatic and we meet at like a certain time or whatever, I don't think I could like do that again where someone comes with a lot of baggage. Is that bad to say?
No, because I think it's what you're talking about is unresolved baggage, right?
Unresolved,
like everybody
yeah.
has shit, right? Everybody carries their own bags with them. We pile onto them, but when someone comes out of a really gnarly or toxic relationship or out of any situation where it weighs very heavily on them, I always say this thing, I was like, you can't bleed on people when you're cut. It's just one of those things where you have to work through those things, at least in a majority of by yourself, before you can then start to go into a relationship with somebody else.
And there's like cross projecting that happens, and yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a huge red flag. Also, another red flag, when they live with their ex.
I mean, that has to be
That's
the motherlode
so
of all red
fucking
flags.
niche. We're going to play some games. We love games over here. We think they're really fun. The first one is called How Well Do You Know Yourself?
Okay.
So I've gone to the depths of the internet to find, or your social media, to find things that you've said and done in the past. And I want to see if you can remember the things that you've said and done. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. You were interviewed by MovieWeb last month. Oh, I thought you were waving at her. I was like, she's right there.
Sorry, you can do shit.
No. You were interviewed by MovieWeb last month for the release of your new horror film, The Last Straw. In that interview, you mentioned 2 actresses and 2 different movies that you'd like to do. Who were the actresses and what were those 2 movies?
The 2 actresses were Lady Gaga and Mina Savari. I got like so lucky to work with them. But I can't remember the 2 movies. What was the movie?
No. So you were in that interview. You mentioned 2 actresses, that you like idolized, and then 2 different movies that you would have liked to have done in the past. Does that make sense?
Yeah. This was like a press circuit that I did, so there was a lot of interviews in a row. Sure. It was like 11.
To be fair, no one's ever got them all right.
Was it Mina Savari and Lady Gaga?
It was not.
Okay. That's a different question for something else. Was it Natalie Portman?
Natalie Portman's one of them.
Okay. And the other one is, can I have a hint?
She's like a quintessential like 90s 2000 actress. She has a talk show now.
Oh, Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the 2 movies?
Was it Scream? No.
I
don't know.
Monster and Girl
Monster.
Interrupted.
Girl Interrupted. Okay, yeah.
Fair, right?
Those are the 2 that I usually say, yeah.
In May of 2019, you did an interview for Famous Birthdays website. What were the 2 shows you said you would want to guest star on?
Wait, 2017? So it was
2019.
2019? Okay, so I was like 16?
Your baby.
Yeah. 2 shows. I have no idea. What was I watching at that time? Like Gossip Girl.
Joe said one of them earlier. You got one.
Oh.
Was it?
Yep.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh. Gilmore Girls?
Nah. Scary. Think scary.
Scary. American?
Nope.
No. Scream Queens? Oh, Walking Dead?
Got it.
Oh, okay.
Let's play charades. I'd be really down to do that on the podcast. Hey? From that same interview, who did you say your celebrity crush was?
Oh, when I was 16, was it like Johnny Depp or?
No, but that's a great celebrity crush.
I had Jack Sparrow in my bedroom.
Literally or figuratively?
In my dreams. Dylan O'Brien?
No. You don't know it?
Yeah.
Ian Somerhalder?
Oh, yeah. Duh.
What's he? Who's he? What
it
was he?
Damon Salvatore
Yeah.
Who was he?
from The Vampire Diaries.
Oh. Who are the other guys? Who's the guy? Taylor Lautner? What is he in?
Oh, he was in
Twilight.
Oh.
Wasn't that a big
No.
thing for the kids?
Taylor Lautner, yeah.
You were a kid then too.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, you were.
No, it wasn't.
Okay. In 2018,
I just had to mention Taylor Swift once.
he loves Taylor Swift so much.
Really?
Like he's such a Swiftie. He's like a 14-year-old girl when it comes to his music taste.
Oh, so do you follow along with all of her conspiracy songs and who they're about?
No, but I did see the whole thing about her freckle stones during the last Chiefs game. There's a whole big thing about what do the freckle stones mean? Is it about her next album?
Frecklestone?
She was wearing these like gems as freckles.
Yeah.
So everyone's trying to figure out what do freckles mean? What do gem freckles mean?
Freckles mean?
People just need to leave her alone. Just let her live a life.
but she's smart. She's.
I mean, I
I
didn't say
know
she
she
wasn't
always
smart.
has like her secret.
In 2018, an interview on the Queen Mary Dark Harbour red carpet. What
You
did
went deep.
I went deep, dude.
Oh
I went
my
so
God.
deep. What did you say when the interviewer asked you what the scariest thing is? Like the one thing that creeps you out the most?
It was either clowns or zippers.
Clowns.
Are you wearing a zipper?
Zippers?
No zippers here. Oh wait.
Are you reformed? Or are
There's
you
a
still
zipper.
terrified?
There's a couple zippers. It's mostly like fear of zippers of like zipping my back up in dresses or boots. I've gotten my skin stuck a couple
Yeah,
times.
me too.
Trauma.
So traumatic.
Don't need to tell a man about zippers.
Very true, very true. All right, last one. In 2016, so you would have been, what, 14?
Yeah, 14.
15? You were interviewed by Maximo TV on the Hollywood Dance Marathon red carpet.
Oh my God.
What song did you say that you'd hypothetically dance to when asked? And what song did you sing when prompted by the interviewer?
You're so funny. This is what I show people. These are the interviews that I show people when I really get to know them. And I know the answer to this because I watched it recently.
You're so adorable.
It was No by Meghan Trainor. And it was, you say
I'm Not the Only One by Sam
crazy.
Smith. She's got it.
It's pretty good.
That was pretty good. I thought
You
that
went
last
pretty
was
far
going to be
back.
honest.
Did it out.
You did, and you did a beautiful job.
Oh my God, you watched all those? Did you ever watch the one of me with My Little Pony when I was like,
No.
it's the youngest, it's the first one I ever did. So I show all of those and then I show that one and it's like, he asked me, what are you currently working on? What projects are you working on? And I think I was 9 years old. And I was like, well, I just filmed a commercial for Olive Garden.
Dream. God, I
know.
thought I'd watched all of them, but I am definitely going to watch that on the
It's
way
my
home.
favorite.
We have more games.
One more game.
Now we're gonna play one more game.
Yeah,
Should
one
I do
more.
rapid fire or this or that?
No, I think that's fun.
This or that?
Up to you, baby.
I'm gonna try and do both. We'll do this or that first. So I'm gonna ask you something. You say this or that. Okay. Share your location with your partner for a week or swap phones for a day.
Oh, the second one's so toxic. I would just share my location.
Yeah, that sounds safer. Be
Why'd
stuck.
you look at me like that when you said that?
I don't want to see what's on there.
You don't want to give me a
As long as there's trust, we don't need to do all that.
Mhm.
That just seems extra.
Be stuck in an escape room with your ex or go on a double date with your parents.
Oh. If my dad watches this, he's gonna be so mad that I didn't choose double date with them. He hates the ex. No, yeah, let's do double date with parents.
Okay, I would love to go on a double date with my
Yeah,
parents.
my parents are great. They need some
Receive a
attention.
love letter written by your partner or a romantic voice note every day.
By your partner that you're with.
Yeah. So you either receive a love letter written by your partner or receive a romantic voice note every day.
Oh, I love letters. So, like physical things are so sweet.
That's
yeah.
nice.
Agreed.
I like that.
Do you guys do a lot of physical love notes? And-
Hannah does, or she used to. I think. Yeah. You've really fallen into the marriage thing. I haven't gotten a love.
Bro, you've
letter
never
in
done
a-
it for me ever. So
Yeah,
what are
because
you
I don't do that.
talking
I
about?
send
Like,
I
is that
send
equal?
gifts and DMs. That's my
You
thing.
send gifts and DMs.
That's my thing.
I'm disgusted
Gifts
just
and
hearing
DMs.
Yeah. You know that's
You
sweet.
share reels.
Yeah,
He
That's
does.
your love language.
That's his
yeah,
love
but it's a
language.
thing. If a guy shares reels with his wife, it means he's in love with her.
it. I wouldn't mind a love note once
I
in a
don't
while.
have time. No one you'll meet your soulmate, but have to wait years, or meet them right away, but never know how long it will last.
What was the first option again?
So know when you'll meet your soulmate, but you'll have to wait years, or meet them right away, but you're never gonna know how long it lasts.
The first one, I don't know. Yeah,
You can have that
I
anticipation.
don't
building
think I
up to
want
it.
to never know if it works out.
This one seems pretty easy, but we'll see what you say. Be the one who ends all relationships, or the one who always gets dumped.
I think no one wants to pick that one.
Some people don't want to be mean. Some people don't want to dump.
Who
other
wants to
people.
get dumped?
Nobody wants to get dumped, but also people don't want to dump every person that they've ever been with.
Yeah, but then that means you always have hand. You're always like attractive. It's like, why? And that guy dumped me. Why did he dump me? I didn't like him
Right.
anyway, but he dumped me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Have dinner with your partner's ex, or meet their parents on the first date.
Oh, meet their parents on the first date. Easy, done it.
You've done it.
Kinda.
That's
Oh,
a
wow.
wild first date, Jess.
Yeah.
share your most embarrassing moment or your biggest
It's
fear on
LA
a
for
first
you.
date.
Like, I seriously, I need to go to Tennessee and
That's
find
very
like
true.
a cowboy.
Tennessee. Go Belkin.
Share your most embarrassing moment or your biggest fear on a first date.
My biggest what?
Fear.
The first one, sorry.
Share your most embarrassing moment or your biggest fear.
Maybe like, I think I've told people my most embarrassing moment on the first date.
What's your most embarrassing moment?
I'll ask her that.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is our first date.
A three-way
round.
date.
It was like an airport accident. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
It's just a little
Love it.
airport accident.
I love it. Angelina, are we out of time?
It's 7:02.
Oh, okay. Wow. This went fast.
Always goes by so quickly when we have people on here that we adore.
That was not as scary as I thought, but still scary. It's my first podcast, everyone.
Woo!
So what are you working on? Where can people find you? What do you want to plug?
I'm on Instagram, on TikTok, Jessica Belkin. But check out my new movie, Last Straw. It's out on Amazon, YouTube, and Prime. Have you guys? I think I mentioned it. I'll send you the link. You should watch it and let me know.
Definitely.
Please do.
We're always looking for cool stuff to watch.
Yeah.
It's set in a diner. It's like a horror thriller, kind of. Has
Will
like
it
a
terrify the
crime
shit out of
feel.
me? Or is it just more like suspenseful?
It's suspenseful,
Okay,
but
I
it's
can
like
handle that.
visually so beautiful. The cinematographer did such a great job, so it's really enjoyable to watch. I think I'm really
Nice.
proud of it.
Well, Jessica, thank you for coming on talking to us.
Thank you
Damn.
guys.
And to everybody else, please check out one of our past episodes. If you're watching this, please subscribe. We love you. Happy dating. See you next time.
And send some good guys towards Jess's way. 'cause
Yes.
she needs it.